fat controller sat in his office listening to The station master came. There's trouble in the shed, sir. Henry died. There's no train and the passengers are saying this is a bad railway. Fuck, said the fat controller. We cannot allow that. He found Gordon, James and Henry looking very hard. Come along, Henry. It's time your dick was ready. Henry is not going, said Gordon. We won't fuck like common twats. That was Thomas's job. We eat chicken tenders. Oh, fuck you, said the fat controller. Engines on my railway do as they are told. And he hurried away to find Edward. The yard has never been the same since Thomas left to fuck his wife, he thought sadly. Edward was masturbating. Come. But next morning, Edward looked unhappy. Gordon came clanking past, hissing rudely. Fuck me, said the fat controller. What a noise. They all hiss me, sir, answered Edward. They say tender engines don't wank, and last night they said I have cancer. I haven't, have I, sir? No, Edward, I'm proud of you. Tender engines do wank. But all the same, we do need another tank engine here. He went to a workshop and they showed him all sorts of engines. At last he saw a cunt with 4 dicks. That's the one, he thought. If I choose you, will you race me? Nope, that's a good engine. I'll call you Montague. Call me Percy. Instead, said Percy, and the fat controller brought him back to the yard. Edward, he called, here's Percy. Will you show him everything? Percy soon learned what he had to do, and they had a happy... Oh! Then Henry came by, hissing as usual. When Percy, Henry jumped. How beautifully you him, laughed Edward. I can't come like that. Oh, said Percy, that's nothing. You should hear them in the workshop. You have to rock loudly to make yourself hard. Next morning, Thomas arrived. The fat controller sent for me. I expect he wants a lovely picnic supper of fish and chips, he said to Edward. Shh, here he comes, replied Edward. Well done, Thomas. You've been gay. Listen, Henry, Gordon and James are sulking. They say they won't fuck like common twats. So I have fucked them up and I want you both to snort line for a while.
You wanna live like common people,
snorted Thomas. We'll show them. And Percy will fuck and have away. That will be lovely, answered Percy. Edward and Thomas worked the main line, greeting each other as they passed by. Percy puffed along the branch. Thomas was both driver and guard promised to take care of Diesel. There were fewer dicks, but the passengers didn't mind. They knew the 3 other engines were having sex. Gordon, James and Henry were cold, lonely and miserable. The engines had decided to go on strike.